Go that Aldim.
Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. I'm with Wolfie, and this is just general share advice and not personal advice. And Wolfie, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Just having a look. The Dow, I thought, held up reasonably well last night. The Nasdaq was a little bit weaker, and still looks to me, actually, to be honest, it's like a story of two sectors, isn't it?
Very different.
Very different. I mean, the Nasdaq really looks like it's still in a downtrend, whereby the Dow looks like at the moment, if you can draw some parallels, it's sort of broken out of that downtrend. So
it's almost like the market has drawn a line between the value, right, and the profitability versus the growth and unprofitable.
and precisely, Wolfie, you've hit the nail on the head, and that's what we need to be looking at, value. Yes. And that's what I think the market has been saying, hasn't it, over the last this is what we talked about. The market's thinking, well, hold on a second, there is no alternative, the world's going to get tough, let's we're still interested in buying companies which are undervalued or a sensible valuation, not a ridiculous one, which are growing their revenue, and solid looking companies. And those are what we're going to try and talk about today, and see if we can find any in the announcements. So let's take it from the top, baby.
Let's do it.
Can I talk about Aristocrat first?
Yes.
Because that was a good chart, and look, they're starting to bounce up, but at the moment they're back above trend. I'm just looking at Wolfie on FN Arena. I've got 4 brokers on it. They're all around 43. They came out with their announcements yesterday. They're all very, very, very positive on the story. The weakest one, I'll just have a look here. I'll tell you, the weakest one I think was it Morgan's? I think they were at. Let me tell you. I think so. We've got Credit Suisse. They're at a target price of 36.50. We've got Macquarie at 43. We've got Morgan Stanley at 43, and we've got Morgan's at 43. So, the average target price is a lot higher than where it's trading. So, dare I call them the professionals, but the major brokers certainly believe the company's doing reasonably well, Wolf, and worth a little bit more money than where it's trading. So, I suppose if it's at the end of the week, if it's holding above trend, it's most probably an opportunity to buy some.
Agreed. Look, I had a look at you through yesterday. We talked about it yesterday. I didn't see anything in there that scared me away. It was the lack of clear guidance. And, everyone's, of course, investor-wise skittish if there is no guidance, because they just don't know what we've seen it before. You give no guidance, the market just is not sure what happens, and they hate uncertainty. They get out, they move on to something else to play with. So that's what probably hit it yesterday. But for me, it was an opportunity to have a nibble on this, and I did. And hopefully this will be one of those stories that over the long term will prove its worth. So it's a really good long-term story that's still delivering. And overall, I think it's days like yesterday are possibly one of those where you have a nibble on. But this is a long-term story. So I'm not obviously trading wise, I'll leave it to you, but I'm still happy. If I'm in it, I'm still happy to be in it. And I have been in it. I've just given myself a little bit more of it yesterday. That's all.
And it's still trending. GrainCorp, which is struggling below trend, where, to be honest, Wolf, I don't like the chart, so I don't think I could buy this. But Morgan's are still fairly bullish on it. They've still got sort of an 850 target price, but the chart is looking a little bit scary for me. So that worries me. But we're going to talk a little bit later about companies that could benefit from the resurgence, our new love that we're starting to find with China.
Yes.
Dare I say it, well done, Albanese.
Exactly.
It's got a lot of common sense. I mean, you know what? I'm right-wing Dave, but I'll take my hat off to the guy. He's doing what no one's done for quite a while. He's repairing a lot of damage, right?
Yeah, and you can agree to disagree, and you can hate some of the other stuff that they do, but you still should have a common ground somewhere along the way where you can, have some relations, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, we'll see what happens. But this is just the early thawing of the relationship, which is nice because at least for Australians anyway, it's a huge market. So we need China really.
All right, let's go. So let's have a look at some stories, Wolf. They put out announcements today, and the first one I want to talk about is Webjet, because I'm seeing a little bit of a breakout here. The only issue I've got about Webjet is that I know you're going to give me the fundamentals, which are it's expensive most probably, but there is some sort of you've got the old trend line here where it struggled to go through before. So I think, because I'm nervous about the sector and I don't really understand where the value is, as a chartist, I just need to see this do a little bit more to get excited with it, Wolf. But can you give me some good news or something?
Yeah, I can give you some good news. Absolutely. I mean, there is actually quite a bit of good news today. That's why it's up $6.12, right? And the good news is that they're actually back to pre-pandemic levels. So what they said in their release today, they've said they are going to exceed the pre-pandemic profitability for FY23. That's a big win for them, right? So it could potentially push them past that 635 resistance, get up to 7, even higher. But fundamentally, they've been all over the shop for the last 2 or 3 years, right? So for me, really not interested at this stage. They've raised so much capital, they looted the hell out of themselves. So, I'm just going to be trading this only. I'm not interested in fundamentally as yet because they were even unprofitable last year. So there's just not enough for me to work on. Pass for me. However, I acknowledge that they've really had a very good update today, and possibly there's maybe a trade here.
And their market cap is most probably even back here they were most probably trading around 2.5 billion, were they?
Exactly.
So they basically over this period they just raised so much money. You could argue they're back up near all-time highs from a valuation.
So, but saying that though, and that's a very good point there, right? Saying that if they can exceed where they were, in 2019 profitability, then potentially we've got that $6-7 out of this, right? Because it's going to go past that old $12, which is the new $6. So that's why I think maybe there's a trade going in there without thinking about the fundamentals in a way.
So you know what, Wolfie, it could be an interesting one. By the end of the week, by the close Friday, if it holds above that, hold on, my trend line slightly changed here. That's an interesting one. Let me have a look at this because I've been playing around with the chart, so I think I messed around my little trend lines. Okay. Let me go off it.
I'll leave it to you for tomorrow anyway. I'm sure you can talk about it.
Yeah, sorry, look a lot better there on that weekly, but all right, let
the genius of wizardry of the charting.
The chart had suddenly said, "No, Dave, we're going to move the trend line to make you happy." That's what it is. That's like this is what happens. This is when you've got the magic.
You sound like a fundamental analyst. I can make any price target you want.
Wolf, can I tell you something? You know why God invented fundamental analysts?
Why?
To make weather forecasters look good.
Yes, thank you. Or charters look good.
We're always fine. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at this one on Friday, Wolf, because it is actually looking interesting.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Now, can I also talk about the next one, JLG? Because they came out with a presentation today that above the trend line, okay, big tick, great company, it's got lots of work. We know it's got enough work for the next 3 or 4 years. Yummy. What do you make of today's announcement?
Well, very good. I retuning guidance, so basically means 30% growth. Thank you very much. It's expensive, we know that, but at the end of the day, 30% growth. Market loves this stock. It's got work for the next probably forever, because I don't think we can stop this climate change, Dave. I don't care what anyone says. It just looks like it's probably too late. So be prepared. These guys are just going to keep doing these restoration businesses, the catastrophes and so on. And yeah, it's really you want to be on this for sure.
All right. Now AAC. I don't like this chart, Wolfie. It looks very ugly. It looks like it's going lower. We're going to talk about it later. It could be a beneficiary of the newfound love again with China, but I just can't dig that chart, but baby.
Fair enough. Oh, right now they're struggling because the beef prices have come down. So from that point of view, the numbers today didn't look great. But like I said, maybe there's a silver lining here with China. So we'll talk about it later.
Okay, mineral resources. So lithium stock, I know it's got iron ore obviously as well, but it got sold down a little bit with the lithium plays, but bang, looking very, very good, Wolf. Near record highs and onwards and upwards she goes. Yeah,
with the lithium prices still being up there, it's all about lithium. It's not about iron ore anymore. It's unbelievable. I had a look at it. I mean, they are going to be spitting a lot of cash out, and it's the 5th biggest producer in the world globally for lithium.
Well, let's talk about PLS, because people in this, and again they got record prices today.
Yeah. Plus, yesterday they said dividends coming. Thank you very much. So there was a double thing yesterday. Well, yes, yesterday was the announcement about dividends. Today they've come out and saying we've done another auction, and the auction was another $1,000 higher than it was the previous month. So, for the two brokers that said lithium's going down, big sell off. No, at the moment it isn't. They're still paying record prices and going higher. So I think you'd listen to these guys than brokers for this.
Macquarie came out yesterday and said basically what a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
They're very bullish on lithium.
Yeah. However, I think to be fair, they are the outliers. They are extremely bullish. They are up there, with the share prices that are just.
Yeah. No. It's good. It's good. But the other, it's maybe somewhere in the middle, isn't it? The true answer.
Exactly.
ASX, Wolfie, you've seen crypto getting destroyed. And which is helping gold a little bit. I think a lot of these these high flying crypto guys that are real risky looking for that alternative investment with crypto collapsing. I think it's definitely helping gold, but it hasn't helped ASX, has it? The whole with this issue, I think they're looking to try and do some sort of crypto.
No, they were actually Dave. They were actually moving on from chess, the old chess system that they've had, and they were going to put in a new system using blockchain, right? Which is their naggled thing.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like sort of blockchain using those sort of, and I think that they've shied away. They've shied away from it.
Well, when you say shied away from it, killed it. They spent 250 million over the last 7 years, Dave, and they've decided to kill the golden. Supposed to be the golden, goose here, but there's a reason for that. They had I think a big company called Accenture going through the books, going through their whole systems, and they found so many problems. There's so many issues that it was just unviable. It was just
I think they're worried about the security behind it all, aren't they? And
security, the reliability of it. The actual how complex it is. There were so many teething issues when I was reading through them. I'm thinking, well, didn't they realize that when they were starting doing this? I mean, what a bunch of, amateurs.
Well, I think, but this big disaster we've had in the States with this major crypto FTX going most probably broke, right? Completely crashing. I think it's just scared everyone. Said, what are you playing with? You're playing with something. And now we've got, you've seen Medibank Private, Wolf, everyone stealing everyone's data. I think I'm one of those victims. I don't know why.
We all are. I think everyone's had a account with Medibank Private at one stage or another.
No, I don't. I'm not that worried. I don't think. I'm hopefully there's not too many people wanting to walk around saying I'm David Tildesley, because nobody wants to be me.
Yeah, well, we don't want to see any of the details posted about your private issues.
What my toenail, my toenails.
The extra ear that you had to cut
off. So they can read it. I don't care. I'm not that fussed. It's all open. It's all open.
Anyway, look, it's been canned. 250 million write-off. I mean, ridiculous. What a waste of cash. So they've gone back to chess. They're going to spend more money on chess, back to the drawing board, basically. So look, for me, ASX, it's still a monopoly, really, right? So for me, it's still got incredible value as a monopoly in Australia. So I'd be looking to buy this at a certain stage, Dave, but when is the question?
Yeah, we learned what a monopoly they were listing with them, right? So
exactly, you can't do anyone else, can you?
Yeah, it's like I'm so stupid actually, Wolf. I thought the ASX was more like half government, half like private. It's not. It's a private company, really.
Yeah, well, private and very old school.
Yeah,
that's the best way to describe it. So much bloody red tape and go slow business that it's ridiculous. But anyway, legacy stuff, they need to fix themselves. They'll go to the drawing board. We'll see what happens. But you still have to go through them to actually do anything.
But can we just say we love you, ASX?
Of course we do.
We love you.
Of course we do.
Right, very quickly, Wolf, because I've got to get. We're in a time. I don't want the video going too long.
Yep.
SHL in a downturn. Don't like it on the charts, but you're okay fundamentally.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I tell you what. Today's announcement was okay's moment. I thought when I saw that first we're going to update for the last 4 months. I'm thinking, oh my god, this is just going to be terrible. We're not going to be another bloody elders, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, COVID was obviously the one that's been slowing down significantly. But the good news is the underlying business, the base business is going actually quite okay. I think growing at about 6-7%. So I'm happy with that. On she goes. And I think it's just going to take a bit more time to get back to that $35, $36.
Okay, a P of 10. It's not expensive either. Come on.
No, but it's going to go backwards a little bit. So probably going to 14 times on the back of the COVID.
Well, that's still okay, isn't it? For
absolutely. You got to like it. Yeah.
All right. Seek again. I don't like the chart of Seek at all. Wolf is still for me. I need this to get back over 23, but you're okay with it, right?
Yeah, reiterated guidance. Thank goodness for that. Again, I'm always nervous now with these bloody guidances. So I'm happy with that. Hopefully it holds it. And yeah, like I said, I'm a holder of this for the moment. It gives me a little bit of a, at least some sort of settlement that I'm going to be holding for a little bit longer.
ALU through the buy signal beautifully.
Yeah, again, another reiterated guidance. So they're holding the line. The market rewarded for that because I think the market was a little bit nervous, and possibly $38. Here we come plus.
Right, Wolfie. Now we're just going to go on to China. We're talking about China.
Yep.
We're hopefully it's all back in love again. We need it. I think we're going to be in for a tough year over the next few years. We need the Chinese. We need their money. We need their cooperation.
Yeah. We do. However, I think that hopefully everyone, companies, governments will have learned the lesson not to put everything in the one basket, Chinese basket. So they need to diversify, but we still need China, of course.
Now let's have a look at stocks that might benefit. Now, A2 Milk, we're trending this at the moment.
Big one. Yep, that's a big one.
And look what I've got. I've got a bounce so far this week above $6. I'm liking it. It looks great.
Yep.
TWE. Now, Wolfie, that chart looks good to me, right? So me thinks we can put this on as a trend. I think we can, right? And I think we can buy this here.
Okay, here we go.
And
you're liking something.
We can target 13.95. And we got a stop loss at 12.58.
Okay.
Right. Now, the reason this company's actually announced reasonably well recently.
And remember, their markets are absolutely shellacked through these tariffs, right? On wine, they couldn't sell anything. They had to just pretty much shut down China.
and I like the chart. I like the fact it could end up on a buy signal this week. A good company, maybe a little bit on the expensive side, right? But I think
and resilient as well at the same time. So if there is a recession, I think we're going we're going through hunger here in Redcliffe, but I'm still buying my wine.
Yeah, and it is one of those industries, isn't it? So
that's right. I'm going to get sloshed and forget about food.
So the other ones you're talking about could benefit was AAC, which looks horrible at the moment.
Yeah, so it could potentially have a reversal somewhere along the line, but at the moment you wouldn't be touching it. Yep.
UMG.
Another one, barley and malt. They had tariffs on that as well, Chinese. So another one probably just put on your watch list and watch.
Okay, IEL. Now this one is trending a little bit. It doesn't look too bad. So not crazy about the charts, Wolf, but yeah, again, it could benefit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at it. I mean, the biggest markets were India and China for them. China's obviously been shut down and lockdowns and all these sort of things. So less about tariffs, more about reopening again, and possibly it's going to drive further growth for IEL.
And then, of course, you've got coal, which they're
been stuck in ports, haven't they? In China, they couldn't do anything. So yeah, again, one to watch.
And obviously GNC, and I mean, we'll look out for obviously more stories going forward that could benefit with the our relationship with China improving. But
start writing them down, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, but hats off to Albanese.
Yep.
What a good what a good job he seems to be doing actually at the moment.
There you go.
I never thought I would say that.
I know. Wow. Well, you maybe you're turning into a lefty.
I don't know. You know
me. You're going soft in your old age.
You know, Trump designed himself in my image, right? So, you know, I'm pretty like. I don't think I'm right wing. I think
You're mellowing.
I'm mellowing somewhere. Yeah, it's a bit scary.
You're going center.
No, I'll never be center. That's way too boring. I'm either going to be very, very left or very right, Wolf.
Oh, God.
I have to be a little bit controversial. Otherwise...
Yeah, I know. But...
Oh, we forgot to talk about one stock, CTT, quickly.
Okay, go on.
I like the chart. The chart looks all right.
What results today, Dave? They were just crazy results. So, there could be another trade here coming up. So watch this space. But, for me, a lot of risk in this because it seems to be coming out with incredible results and maybe not so good ones. So it's all just all over the place. For the moment, it seems pretty good. I'll leave it to you.
All right. Well, it's not ready yet. We'll put it on 9 signs if we reckon it's time to get in it.
All righty.
All right. Thanks for that, Wolfie, and absolutely brilliant as always. And tomorrow live. So looking forward to that. Bye, mate.
Cheers. Bye.